This terrifying incident unfolded when a woman lost her footing and plunged down the steep cliffside. Amazingly, she managed to cling to the edge, narrowly escaping a more devastating fall. It's almost unbelievable how she survived. While we try to make sense of this near-impossible stroke of luck, let's dive into the next clip, where things take an even eerier turn. In January 2015, a group of New Zealand film students were recording outside their school near Paranormal Station in Auckland. The footage you're about to see was captured by student Chris Muir, who was filming casually for a few minutes as he and his friends joked around. But then, the mood shifted. The group spotted a man and woman wearing unsettling white masks, lurking in the tall grass near the station, glaring straight into the camera with eerie intensity.
Where's the other one? Where's the other one? I don't see him.
When the masked pair started getting too close, Chris and his friends didn't wait. They bolted back to the main road. Moments later, a police helicopter appeared overhead. It's unclear who made the call, but from what I found, this wasn't the first time the duo had stirred fear in public. Earlier that same week, they reportedly frightened a woman in Auckland's Domain Park, but vanished before authorities could catch them. When police arrived at the station, Chris and his group gave their statement. Shortly after, Auckland police issued a Facebook warning, urging the masked suspects to come forward and advising the public to keep their distance. They also added a chilling note. If anyone saw the pair holding a weapon, officers wouldn't be able to tell if it was real or fake, and would have to respond accordingly. Not long after the post, the masked individuals reportedly turned themselves in. However, throughout the investigation, police released very little. No names, no details, not even confirmation on whether the weapons were real. This left plenty of room for speculation. Some online accused the students of faking the whole thing for attention. A school spokesperson quickly denied any connection between the suspects and the institution. According to Vice, a police spokesperson later claimed the weapons were fake, but I wasn't able to verify that through official records. To this day, the true identity and motives of the masked pair remain unknown. Still, one thing's for sure, Chris and his friends were lucky to get out before things took a darker turn. These campers were hiking through the woods when they stumbled upon something seriously creepy. Deep in the forest, they came across an abandoned house just sitting there, eerily untouched. Curiosity got the best of them, and they decided to take a closer look.
Tem alguém aí? Mano, tem vela aqui, ó, tem vela. Tem nada aí não, mano. Tem alguém aí? Tem vela aqui também. Nossa, mano do céu. Mano, olha isso aqui. Não, é sério, calma aí. Olha o cheiro que tá aqui, velho. Galera do céu, olha isso aqui.
Inside, they found something, or someone, wrapped up in white sheets, surrounded by flickering candles. The eerie setup sent chills down their spines. Completely spooked, the campers didn't waste any time. They called the cops immediately to report what they had just walked into. This next video takes us to Beijing in 2016, where a husband, wife, and her mother took a trip to a drive-through safari park, a place where wild animals roam freely just inches away from visitors. The park has one strict rule: never step out of your vehicle. But during their visit, tensions ran high. The couple found themselves in a heated argument over who would drive. Frustrated and unwilling to back down, the wife made a split-second decision. She opened the car door and stepped out, intending to switch seats. What she failed to realize, however, was that they were in the heart of tiger territory. In a horrifying instant, a tiger lunged from the shadows, dragging her off the road in mere seconds. The attack had begun. What the camera doesn't capture is the desperate attempt to save her. Both the husband and the mother immediately jump out of the car, rushing to her aid. Without hesitation, the mother charges at the tiger, striking it in a frantic attempt to free her daughter. But in a tragic turn, the tiger shifts its focus onto her instead. Despite her bravery, she wouldn't make it out alive. Miraculously, the wife survived the ordeal, but the tiger responsible for the attack was put down shortly after. The family later took the zoo to court, arguing that the park hadn't done enough to warn visitors about the dangers, even though multiple signs clearly stated the rule: never exit your vehicle. In the end, they settled for $200,000, and as a result, the zoo implemented even stricter safety measures to prevent another tragedy. A group of hikers were making their way through the darkness when a chilling cry for help suddenly echoed through the trees.
Dá uma verificada pra lá ali, ó. Onde, cara? Moça do céu! Meu Deus do céu, velho! Meu Deus do céu! Moça! 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 Meu Deus! Calma, calma, calma! Meu Deus do céu, cara! Dá amarrada! Calma, calma! Cara, ajuda a desamarrar ela aqui! Ô, Jota, ajuda a desamarrar ela, cara. Ilumina aí, velho! Ilumina aí, cara! Deixa eu botar a câmera no chão aqui, cara. Meu Deus do céu! Jota, desamarra ela aí, velho! Ajuda! Cara, calma, calma, moça! Aqui, solta ali, aqui, solta aqui, velho! Caramba, velho! O que aconteceu, moça? Tá aqui, moça! Peraí, deixa eu soltar aqui. Aqui, ó. O que aconteceu, moça? A gente vai te soltar.
Do trabalho.
Calma. Que isso, velho? Caramba,
Eu pego cedo. Um cara apareceu armado.
Olha só, velho.
Um cara apareceu armado, ele me rendeu, ele tava armado, ele me trouxe pra cá.
Ele fez alguma coisa contigo? Moça?
Só que hoje eu não ia ser útil, que ele ia voltar amanhã.
Caramba, velho, como assim? Calma, moça, calma, eu tô te soltando. Nós vamos te ajudar, tá? Nós estamos aqui pra te ajudar, tá bom? Calma. Tá.
É só o susto, tá? É só o susto. Você tá um pouco traumatizado mesmo.
Ele não fez nada? Ele não fez nada contigo?
Eu não tô doente, não, né? Pô, graças a Deus.
Ele mesmo. E ele levou o teu celular ou a tua bolsa, é isso?
Claro, pra ela não se comunicar com ninguém, mano.
Eu não ia ser útil ainda.
Olha aí, velho.
Ele falou que tu não ia ser útil ainda?
Vamos sair por aqui, ó.
Tem que deixar ela se recuperar.
Desse suporte pra ela agora, velho.
Sim, não, mas...
Olha só.
O que é?
Ela precisa comer, ela falou que tá com fome, mas também ela tá desde as 4 horas da manhã aqui.
Ô, moça, assim, o mais importante é que a gente conseguiu te achar aqui, que tu tá no meio do mato. Tu tem noção de onde tu tá? O ponto de ônibus fica aqui a 3, 4 quilômetros daqui.
Pois é, mas será que ele pegou ela aqui perto?
Ô,
Dá pra saber também?
Ele
trouxe ela de longe, ele te botou no carro, tudo, tu lembra? Se ele te botou no carro, não lembra de nada, cara. Mas também não dá nem pra pegar.
A gente tem que sair logo daqui, cara. Vai que esse cara tá por perto.
Isso é uma dor no pescoço, de certo. Olha aí, velho.
They discover a woman, kidnapped and left to die in the woods. Thankfully, she isn't badly injured. One of the hikers offers her water and tries to keep her calm, while the group quickly comes up with a plan to get her out. All the while, they stay on edge, terrified the kidnapper could return at any moment. Miraculously, they manage to get her to safety. While wandering through a desolate, long-forgotten area, Frankel suddenly stumbles upon something bizarre, something that shouldn't be there.
Here, right here, all the way down the mountain.
like a shape of a cross, but made out of human remain. You could see how it looked like a cross at one point. That's somebody's shirt. That's deceased. There's a whole bunch of hair. Oh, that's a jaw. It is a pelvis, but there's also a dreadlock of hair. Oh, this is disturbing. I don't even know what I'm looking at. So that means what I am looking at is hair. I'm not sure if that's the back. That looks like a spinal cord. This is the back. It's someone's hand. It has like a weird, elongated head.
He stands frozen as his eyes take in the chilling sight. A burial site littered with bones, pelvises, skulls, and even an entire spinal cord. The sheer number of remains sprawled across the ground sends a shiver down his spine. Moments later, he stumbles upon something even more disturbing. A cross, but not just any cross. This one is crafted from human bones, its eerie silhouette stark against the wilderness. Franco is both awestruck and deeply unsettled by the grim discovery. But the horror doesn't end there. As he ventures further, more remains come into view, scattered across the rugged mountain like remnants of a long-forgotten nightmare. In the heart of a secluded park in Louisiana, a TikTok user named Briscoe Park found himself in an eerie moment while snapping photos of the untamed wilderness. Out of nowhere, the haunting chime of church bells echoed through the trees, sending a chill down his spine. The eerie part? There wasn't a single church in sight, no buildings, no signs of civilization for miles. The unsettling chime seemed to come from nowhere. Curious and a little unnerved, he pulled out Google Maps to double-check. But just as he suspected, there wasn't a single structure anywhere nearby. You may have heard of Riker Webb, the 3-year-old who went missing in Montana back in June of 2022. At the time, the case went viral due to its eerie similarities to the missing 411 series. It was said that Riker loved playing with bugs, which could explain why he seemingly wandered into the woods. But what makes this even stranger is that when he was found, he was over 2 miles away, and despite a search party being formed almost immediately, he somehow managed to avoid detection. Even more bizarre, he survived in rain and near-freezing temperatures for 2 whole days. What you might not know, though, is that his brother, Caden, had a TikTok account. That account has since disappeared, most likely due to the overwhelming attention it was receiving. However, a video from Caden's TikTok has resurfaced after the community started asking how Riker managed to survive, and this is what he had to say.
Asking about what happened. Riker, do you remember when you got lost?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see?
I see a house.
A house? In the woods?
Yeah. So I can live and then I can live in...
Someone lived in the house?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you, bro. That was scary. You okay though now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, this interview happened about a year after the incident, meaning Riker was only 4 years old at the time. So it's possible he doesn't fully remember what happened during those 2 days in the woods. When he was finally found, he was relatively unharmed and had taken shelter inside an outdoor shed owned by some locals. That alone is remarkable, considering Montana is home to grizzly bears, coyotes, bobcats, and even mountain lions. Because of this, many people in the community started speculating that Riker wasn't quite the same after he returned. Some even theorized that something, or someone, led him into the woods and possibly even guided him to safety. Although Caden's TikTok is still gone, there's always a chance that he might give us another update in the future. Let me know what you think.